Hello students, welcome again. Today we will discuss topics on aggregate demand and its basic concept. Okay, now let's start. Aggregate demand and its basic concept. AD refers to the demand for all goods and services in the economy during an accounting period. See, I have said for all goods and services. Why all goods and services? Because this AD means aggregate demand, and aggregate demand, it is not studied particular goods and services. We are talking for all goods and services that is produced in an economy. An accounting period. See, from this definition, we can say that AD is a flow concept. Okay, why flow concept? Flow concept means that when it is studied at a duration of a period. Duration of a period means that when we are studying for a week, for a month. Okay, so it is called flow concept. Okay, now from next point, it is written AD is measured at different levels of income. See, AD is measured at different of level of income. It means as income increases, AD will also increase. Okay, and one thing more here, that here we don't have to study with the price level. Here we will not include with the price level. We have to study with the reference of income. Okay, now next point. It is measured in the terms of total expenditure on goods and services. Now what it means, total expenditure? See, it means that total expenditure means that we are not studying in physical quantities. Okay, we are not studying in physical quantities. We are studying as total expenditure. What expenditure will be cost on goods and services. Okay. Now next point. Now comes to next point. It is written that it is the expressed what people wish to plan or to spend at different levels of income. See, here what it means to say that what people is wishing to plan, what he is wishing to spend at different levels of income. It doesn't mean that what we have purchased. It means that what people want to spend in coming future. Okay, it doesn't mean that what we have purchased goods and services. It doesn't include. It includes that what people wish to plan or spend at different levels of income. Okay, now from this all points, now we can define this AD. How we can define the AD? See, this AD is defined as sum total of expenditure that people plan to incur on the purchase of goods and services produced in the economy at the different levels of income during an accounting period. See, all the points came in this definition. See, I have underlined some. Accounting period, see, here I have written accounting period. Levels of income, here also levels of income. Total expenditure, see, here total expenditure here. Now, last is people wish to spend. I have written people plan to income. So, from this all points, we can define AD in such a manner, okay, that it is total, sum total of expenditure that people plan to incur on the purchase of goods and services produced in the economy at different levels of income during an accounting period. See, one thing here you should know that this AD is equal to aggregate expenditure. Okay, AD equal to aggregate expenditure. Why aggregate expenditure? Because this we are demanding on goods and services, that we are spending money. So we can say that it is aggregate expenditure. Okay, so we can say this AD equal to AE. Now next is AD schedule. Now in this AD schedule, we have to study the behavior of AD with the reference of income. See, behavior of AD is studied at aggregate expenditure at different levels of income. Okay, here we have to study AD with the reference of income, and income is denoted by Y. Okay, this expressed by the way of tabular form. So this is called AD schedule. See why this is known as AD schedule? Because this is formulated or this is expressed in the way of tabular form. So this is known as AD schedule. Okay. Now look here the behavior of AD. Now what here written? Y and AD. See here we will study the relation between income and the aggregate demand. See, when income is equal to 0, there is always some minimum level of expenditure in the economy. See what there has been written? That when income is 0, then there still exists some minimum basic of consumption. See, at 0 income also, no, there is some basic consumption. And this is known as represented by autonomous consumption. C bar. C bar, what is C bar? This is autonomous consumption. You can write here C bar, autonomous consumption. Okay. See, what it means to say that even people are not earning any income, but still there exists some minimum level of consumption. Why? Because for the survival, they need something basic consumption. Okay. So at 0 income also, there exists always there will be autonomous consumption, or we will say that minimum level of consumption. Now, as your income increases, for example, when 0 income, there was 30 consumption, AD. When your income increases from 0 to 20, it also increases from 30 to 35. Okay, AD also increases from 30 to 35. Now, when 20 to 40, when your income increases from 20 to 40, your AD also increases to 40. Now, this 40, see, this 40 means 40 equal to 40 means you are earning 40 and you are spending also 40. This line we can say that break even point. We can say that break even point. Break even point. It means your income is equal to AD. Means how much you are earning, no, you are spending on consumption. So this is known as break even point. Okay. Now when your income increases from 40 to 60, your consumption also increases. Okay. Like this, your income is increasing here also. Same as your AD is also increasing. But the main fact is that your income, when it has been reached to highest level, your consumption is not at highest level. It lags behind income. Why? Because when your income is reached at high level, people start to save. Okay, they spend less on consumption because they are saving their income. Okay, so it lags behind. This consumption lags behind income because we cannot change our income, totally income, into consumption. Why? Because people save a part of their income, so they cannot convert all income into consumption. Okay, so they see from first point we get to know that even when income is 0, you have autonomous consumption. It means that there is some minimum level of expenditure in the economy, because for the survival of economy they needs some basic amount of consumption. Okay. Second point is that AD increases as income increases. See, you have seen here, as our income increases, our AD also increases. So from second point, we have observed that as AD increases, means as income increases, AD also increases. Okay. From second point, it has been clear from this schedule. Now third point is that after a certain level of Y is reached, AD lags behind Y. This happens because people start saving a part of their income. See what is happening when your income is reached at highest level, we are saving a part of our income. So they spend less amount on the consumption. Okay, so it lags behind with income. Okay, see here AD in a two sector model. See, two sector model means that we are talking about the consumption, household consumption and firms. Okay. See, so I have written AD equal to C plus I. C, that is private consumption, and this means investment. Okay. But when I will say the components of AD, means components of AD, it means that AD include C plus I plus G plus X minus M. It means that we have to study it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 items is included in the components of AD. See, G for government expenditure, X minus M, it means net export. Okay. C, that is private consumption, I is private investment. Okay, but when I'm saying that AD in a two sector model, it means that I'm talking about a two sector model. In two sector model, it includes private consumption and private investment. Okay, these two things. Okay, here next is written, there exists a positive relationship between income and the level of AD. As previous I have discussed that as income increases, AD also increases. So this shows the positive relation. Positive relation means that the slope of AD will be upward. Slope of AD will be upward like this. If I am talking the slope, it will be upward. This shows the positive relationship. Here AD, here is income. So what is showing this slope? This slope is showing positive relationship. Okay. Okay. Now look here. I have made this table so that it can be easily understood. Suppose this is income Y, this is the consumption, this is I, this is investment. And what is the formula of AD in two sector model? We have studied C plus I. I have written C plus I. Okay. Now look here. If Y is equal to 0, consumption is 40. It means that this is autonomous consumption. At 0 level of income, there still exists income. It means this is autonomous consumption. Now here, I have taken 40. In all the tables, I have taken 40. Why this I is taken 40? Because see, there are two types of investment. Here I will tell you two types of investment. Autonomous and this is induced. Autonomous investment, induced investment. Now what is this autonomous investment? See, autonomous investment, it does not change with change in income. It means it is fixed. But if I am talking about the induced investment, it means that it changes with change in income. Okay. Now what is this? From these two investment, whether it is induced or autonomous investment, we can say that this is autonomous investment. Why? Because I have written here, it does not change with change in income. It means that it is fixed. So it is a fixed 40, 40, 40, 40. It does not keep on changing as our income changes. So we will say this is autonomous. Okay. Induced means that it will keep on changing as our income increases. But here As our income increases, it does not changes. It is fixed. So we will say this is autonomous investment. Okay. For your understanding, I am writing here autonomous. Autonomous. Okay. Autonomous investment. Okay. Now comes here. See, where income is 0, consumption is 40. This is autonomous consumption. And your investment is 40. Now, AD will be C plus I. Then add C plus I. What you got? 80. 40 plus 40, 80. Now, when your income increases to 100, C is 120. This investment is 40. Then add these two items. 120 plus 40, you will get 160. It means AD is 160. Like this, you calculate the AD. You will get the this all. Okay. You have to add this all these things. You will get this number. Okay. See, this can be easily understood by the means of diagram. Here I am showing you how to present a diagram. See, AD is always presented on y-axis and this income is presented on x-axis. Okay. And this is 0, that is origin. Okay. Now look here. This is at 0 level. Okay. And this is the 40 consumption and this is the autonomous consumption. And this autonomous consumption is fixed throughout this. Okay. It is fixed. It does not change. Okay. I will put here a line which is parallel to x-axis. This is, we can say, investment. Okay, because investment is not changing, it remains fixed at 40. Okay, this is 40. For example, now put the number here, 160. See, I have represented this income here, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Okay, and here I have represented 80. I have put the value. See, this is the 40. I have draw a parallel line which is parallel to x-axis. It means that it remains fixed. It is not changing with increase in income. Okay, this 40. Now, this is the autonomous investment and this is the autonomous consumption. See, here I will draw a line. Okay, this is the autonomous consumption 40. Okay, now what is the AD? 80. AD is 80. How it comes? 40 plus 40, that is C plus I. Now draw a line here from 80. Okay, it will be straight line. AD. Formula of AD, that is C plus I. Okay. Now I got this thing. How I have drawn this AD? See, AD this started from 80. Okay. And this autonomous consumption is 40. So I have drawn a autonomous consumption 40. Okay. And this is the investment. Investment is 40. Okay. I have drawn a parallel line. Okay. Now see, here your 200 and 200 means income and consumption. It is equal. Okay, how much you are earning, you are spending on consumption. Now see, suppose this will be 200. Okay, and this is the 200. Now draw a line. Okay, this is your equilibrium point. Now this point will be said as break even point. Break even point. It means that at E point your income and AD is equal. Okay. See, at E point your income 200 equal to 200 AD. See, here income is 200 and consumption is also 200. Then what is indicating here? This is indicating your break even point. Okay. So I have drawn a line, a break even point. Now look here, the figure that before E, your consumption, see, your consumption was low. Okay. Income was also low. Okay. But after E, your income has been increased, but your consumption level lags behind. Okay. Why? Because people start saving. See, people start saving when your income is high. Then what people are doing? People are saving from their income. Okay. So they cannot convert your whole income. They cannot convert their all income into consumption. Why? Because they are saving part of income. Okay. So from this diagram, you can easily understood that this schedule. Okay. And when the question is asked from this AD, aggregate demand, you have to explain with definition and with diagram and this with schedule. Okay, then it will be your complete